Hey everybody, and thanks for watching another video. My name is the Snowman1991 and I'm from Econocraft. If you want to check out my website, go to econocraft.beastknown.com. The link is in the description below. If you want my IP address, it's down there as well, where you can just log in via the Minecraft GUI. This video tutorial is very quick. I gave a bit more of an in-depth discussion in my last video, but I just wanted to shorten it to be short and sweet. Basically on the requirements of running a server. If you want a more detailed description of what you need to do, or what you need to first think of, watch my last video. I'll put a link in the description as well. But just very quickly, what you need to consider is whether your computer not necessarily has enough specs, but whether your computer can connect to the internet with a particular requirement. One way to find that out is using a couple of websites. You'll need a fast upload speed, more so than a download speed. Your computer specs are almost negligible to how well your Minecraft server will run. A $300 desktop PC can easily run a server of up to 20 or 30 people. Obviously there are minimum specs. You need about 4 gigs of RAM. If you want 8 gigs of RAM, that's fantastic for more plugins, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make your server capable of handling more people. What you need to do is go to this website called speedtest.net. The link is also in the description. What that will do for you, anywhere in the world, it will test your download speed as well as your upload speed. Why that's important is the more people you have connected to your server, the more information your server obviously needs to broadcast to the internet. So where I am in Australia, my download speed still hasn't changed from yesterday. It's still around the 6 megabit mark, which is quite pathetic. It's quite sad. And my upload speed is even worse. It's at about 0.6 and it hasn't changed since yesterday. 0.7 at the most. So what you do with that information once it's finished, here's my 5.97 megabits per second download speed, and here's my 0.69 megabits per second upload speed at lightning speeds. You use that information on a website called, pretty straightforward, canihostaminecraftserver.com. And what that does is it asks you for your connection's upload speed as well as its download speed, also how much RAM your computer has. So if we put in our information for our upload speed, which we said before was 0.69 megabits, we'll put that here. It's important to have it in megabits, not megabytes. Lowercase b is a bit, obviously, and it says bits. But that will make a big difference if you actually put 69 or 690. It's going to think that you have a fantastic connection. But 0.69 and my download speed was 5.97, so I put that in here. I'm running off my laptop still, so it has 4 gigs of RAM. In megabytes, it's roughly 4,000. So when you hit tell me what I can run, it tells me that I can only have 2 players at the same time plus myself, which is not very fun. If I give you an example of changing my RAM, let's just say I was running my desktop and I was able to expand my RAM to have roughly 8 gigabytes or 8,000 megabytes worth of RAM. It still doesn't change the fact that I can only have 2 people plus myself connected to my server. If you want to have a server just for you and your friends, then an internet connection such as mine, which is quite crap, might do just fine. But let's just say I had 4 gigs still, or let's just show you 10,000 still makes no difference, or 16,000, 16 gigabytes. Still does nothing. The primary contributor is my upload speed. If I change that back to 4,000, make it a realistic figure for my laptop, and let's just change this download speed first to 10 megabits per second, it's still exactly the same. As I said, the contributor is this one here, the upload speed. Let's just say I change it to 1 megabits upload speed. All of a sudden I've got an extra slot available. So, for example, let's just say it was symmetrical. Download speed was equal to my upload speed. I would have a maximum of 30 people. However, ADSL2 plus broadband, which I'm running off at the moment, funnily enough, that's the advert in the bottom, that's my provider here in Australia. It's copper wire and it has physical limitations. Theoretically, ADSL2 Plus can get up to 20 megabits per second download speed, and its upload speed can only get to 1.4 megabits per second. ADSL, the A in ADSL stands for asymmetric or asynchronous, or it's asymmetric, basically meaning that what goes down is not equal to what goes up. It's not symmetrical. It can't be symmetrical. ADSL 2 Plus has basically doubled the capabilities of my download speed, but doesn't actually change my upload speed capabilities. So no matter how much I try, I can't get any more than 20 and 1.4, which I'll never get because that's just a theoretical value. In Australia, where I am, a good value on a good day is roughly 8 and 0.8, and that's just going to be 3 people. Like I said, not very fun. So my options are either move to the Netherlands or Norway or somewhere with fantastic download speeds, or to rent a dedicated server through a provider. And I ended up going down that track. I found that doing a bit of research definitely helps. I found a lot of expensive ones, and when you talk about a cheap server, you know, there's the difference between cheap and value for money. And I thought that perhaps because all the prices of a Minecraft server for 30 player slots were around the $20 to $25 mark per month, I thought that was quite an average price until I did a bit more researching and found a server called Beast Node. And I'll do a bit more of a description on Beast Node later on, like I promised in my previous video. But again, I just want to emphasize to you that before you go and spend a lot of time preparing a Minecraft server, have a think about what you want it for. If it's just for you and a couple of friends, fantastic. Run it on a desktop PC, not on your laptop. It'll melt and burn a hole in your desk. Well, not really, but depends on what laptop you run, I suppose. But run it on a desktop that's not running anything else in the background. And yes, you can connect up to, I think, 5. Roughly 5 is what you can get in any sort of residential connection before you experience a lot of lag, or if you can't connect at all. Other than that, if you want a Minecraft server, whether it's vanilla or bukkit or Tekkit or spout or whatever modified version you want, then you might have to consider renting a server unless you live in an area with a fantastic internet connection speed. And hopefully these 2 websites can help you determine whether you do or not. And if you don't, like I said, it's not the end of the world. Explore the options of renting a server. It's pay per month. If you don't want it, you don't pay for it. So thanks for watching. I hope that was a bit more quick and easy to follow. And please keep watching my video tutorials. I hope to contribute, and I hope to hear you guys comment or provide me with any sort of feedback. So thanks for watching.